Welcome back. It is now 12:45. We are taking a live look outside. You can see the Capitol there. And Damon, another hazy looking day. It's going to be hot and humid as well.
Classically hot and humid, Shanika. It's just what we always deal with more times than not in this month of August in the DMV. It's not to the point where it's extremely unbearable or where we have alerts, but it's something we have to deal with nonetheless. And it's noticeable. Temperatures out there with the sunshine breaking through what low clouds and patchy fog we did have earlier this morning. We've climbed back into the middle and upper 80s, and we are well on our way to making it into the lower 90s at the very least here later this afternoon. Now, with still a decent amount of humidity hanging about in the air, we are noticing a feels like temperature in more locations than not in the middle to upper 90s. That's pretty much where the heat index is expected to stay for the rest of the day. So yeah, we're not talking about triple-digit heat by any means, but it's going to hang with us and be noticeable indeed. Now on the satellite and radar loop, yes, because we do have plenty of that heat and humidity around, there will be some pop-up showers and storms later this afternoon. We're already seeing one cell trying to show up just north of Carroll County, but all in all, we're not expecting quite as much activity as recent days because of the front that brought some heavier and more widely scattered rain on Wednesday and Thursday. It is way to our south at this point, mostly out of the picture, but due to the fact that we'll have an easterly wind going this afternoon, that's where we could get those spotty showers and storms from, though many of us stay dry as we head into the upcoming weekend. Plenty of humidity hanging around tonight will lead to another round of low clouds and fog to start out the day on Saturday, but with high pressure settling in from the north and east, we are generally going to see dry and slightly more comfortable conditions into the day on Saturday. A stray shower can't be ruled out along our higher terrain, but that is about it. Things are looking good heading into the weekend in that regard. Now, temperature-wise, don't expect much of a change, folks. This afternoon, again, upper 80s, low 90s expected more than not across the region, and later on tonight, we will barely see those temperatures dropping back into the upper 60s, low 70s. So classically warm seasonal for this time of year. And yet again, despite the slightly lower humidity on Saturday, we'll see our temperatures make another run into the upper 80s. A few spots will hit the 90-degree mark on Saturday afternoon. So yeah, we're going to hold on to pretty steady conditions. A few fronts may try to swing in as we head into early next week, but there won't be a significant change in those temperatures until we hit Tuesday or Wednesday. Now, a quick check again on those tropics. The biggest news this morning was Erin turning into a hurricane, gaining enough strength with wind speeds up to 75 miles an hour as it continues on its track westward. And then as it turns into a major hurricane late this weekend into early next week, it is going to take a turn north and shoot the gap between Bermuda and the U.S. East Coast. Now, things can certainly change. We all have noticed that over time. Forecasts do adjust depending on how things set up. But the trends right now are leaning to Erin staying just offshore with no direct impacts to the U.S. East Coast and no direct impacts to us here in the DMV. Yeah, there could be some very strong rip currents and some pretty tall waves across the East Coast, but nonetheless, that's some good news there with the tropics keeping Erin out over open waters. So that being the case, again, classically hot and humid this weekend, decently dry, a few pop-up showers and storms return early next week.